Alex Spellman, congratulations. You've opened this year's Continental Cup. How would you assess the performance overall?
Um, uh, it's funny because I feel like I actually played well. Like there wasn't a lot of really bad scores or anything like that. I had a couple missed doubles, but for the most part, I was in the segments I was shooting for. There wasn't a lot of big scores until right there at the end, where Nick and I kind of fed off each other. So it's encouraging that we finished strong because I can hopefully carry that into tomorrow.
Look, we've seen ups and downs from you this year. I think it would be fair to say we've seen some moments of genius, some frustrating stuff from yourself. Where is the game overall coming into the tournament?
I it feels really good. During my coaching, one of the things that I do is I show them my dart connect averages over the last 10 years. And 10 years ago, I was a 67 average. 8 years ago, I was a 77 average. And I kind of hovered around that 77 to 80 and up to where I was in the 88, 90 range for the last couple years. And so I know that there's going to be those ups and downs and those dips. And my practice game at home, statistically, is the best I've ever been. But it's that me time on the board is really hard to get when in the middle of the week you're busy with leagues and coaching, and then on the weekends I'm gone every time. So the game is in a really good spot when I'm able to put that time in, and I'm starting to figure some things out that I have been doing wrong. Through helping others, it gives me things to try. I feel like I'm on an upward trend, but I still got some work to do.
It's interesting listening to you talk because where is the Alex Spellman mindset in terms of do you want to be this top class player or do you want to be this top class coach that you're also turning
So
into? From the outside looking in, it feels like a bit of a crossroads.
Yeah, so recently I was kind of overloading myself with different things. Soft tip leagues, steel tip leagues, soft tip tournaments, steel tip tournaments, European play here, mostly just to see what do I enjoy and what do I not enjoy and what's worth my time and what's not worth my time. I've cut out a lot of stuff, and almost immediately after I did that, I started playing a little bit better. I had more, just wasn't so on the go. I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily like between a player and a coach. It's just I just genuinely like helping players. I would probably still be trying to find a way to do this, even if I had that time to really put in at a high level. I have some plans over the next year or so that if they flesh out, may see me playing less, but not on the high level. It's basically mostly focusing only on the high level, which might hopefully give me some more time, me time on the board, and more success. But right now, I think it's once I got to a point where I could I proved to myself, I proved to the world that I could play. Now that was my goal. I wanted to prove that. So now, I've said a couple times, like I don't have that dangling carrot in front of me that I'm chasing right now. I'm just trying to figure out what I can put in front of me that is drawing me toward. But either way, I love being involved in the game one way or another, whether it's me playing in events like this or helping other players get to events like this.
It's interesting you talk about that. And I remember when everyone regarded Alex Spellman as the best player in the world
Right.
without a scorecard. And I know you picked up on it on social media and
Yeah.
things like that. Was that almost like the pinnacle that the world recognized you as one of the best outside the PDC then?
So I guess the way I've always seen it is I don't care if I'm the best guy in the room, but if people are going to debate it, I want to at least be and I don't care if no one if there's no consensus, if no one actually picks me, but if my name is being thrown around, then I feel like the time and effort I've put in is being recognized. But you know it I talked about a year and a half ago. I did well at Worlds, then I went to Q school and I told people I didn't want my card, but I wanted people to fear me. And I feel after those first couple of days where I was averaging just a smidge under a ton, I felt like I accomplished that. And it's almost like the I don't want to say the competitive switch, but that drive, that hunger you need, kind of evaporated. And then it started. Now I just kind of was just playing at this high level because I could, not because I don't know. But I've been like that in a lot of things in my life. I tell people it's like playing a game and you're addicted to the game, but then like after a while you're just like, okay, on to the next one. So when I found that I first started getting better when I found a love for the game, and that was I started chatting more. I don't drink and all that stuff, so I was never at the bar chatting people up. I'd show up, sit down, play on my phone. Oh, I'm up. Then I started hanging out with people because then it just felt like a job. I'm just showing up, going through the motions, whatever. Then I started hanging out with people and I started playing better. now that I kind of had that switch flip, and I'm trying to, it's so hard. And if I'm sure you've experienced it, other high level players, it's so hard to just manually flip that on sometimes. When you're enjoying a match, like at the back end of that match, there was kind of, we were both not playing great, not playing bad, but he starts pushing back and I start hitting. It kind of flips that switch for you a little bit. Um, but I don't know. I'm just I'm always going to be involved in the dart world, but I know my ability, so that's never gonna, that I think I've even told you this before, where I almost wish I wasn't all that good at darts because it would make some of the decisions that I'm making so much easier. But it's I know it's still in there, and I'm trending back towards that. I think I've been away from that long enough. I want to feel that again. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Look, it's a big weekend for you. There's a lot on the line. So, in no particular order, Grand Slam, World Championship, return to MSG. There's a lot that could go right for Alex Spellman this weekend. Which is the priority for you?
Probably Worlds just because of the guaranteed money, but from me, if we took that out of it, probably the Grand Slam just because it's multiple match. Even if I go up there and I'm just absolutely terrible, I'm getting multiple matches, multiple experiences. Um, it's easy to go up there and play well like I did at Worlds, but I need to go up. Well, I don't want to say I need to, but it's a better learning experience to go up there and absolutely be terrible. And in that type of event, kind of like how I enjoy the Modus stuff. It's you get multiple shots at it. And plus, I haven't done it before, so but yeah, but I mean, they all have their pros and well, I don't want to say cons because I don't think they have any cons, but they all have their pros that could weigh one way or the other.
It's also an interesting thing where you sit in the CDC ranking because worst case scenario, it doesn't go well for you this weekend. You've got four other guys to cheer
Right.
on as well. Are you fully aware of the situation
Oh
if
yeah.
it's taken out of your hands?
Um, not me forgetting what the situation was with like Campbell winning at MSG. I couldn't remember if we were going to have potentially two extra spots or just one. So I was trying to be in that fifth or sixth spot at worst at the end of the season. Fortunately, I finished up fifth. So I wanted to get through my match tonight so that if the other four get through, then I have a 5 out of 8 chance basically to get through. So I have some people that don't want to root for some of the other players because, well, they just want to root for me. But I'm telling you, it's just for one night. If you root for them, you're technically rooting for me, so it's okay. Just do it. But yeah, I would love to just take care of business myself and not have to rely on others because the rest of the field are very capable. But it is nice to have the top four seeds be the guys that are and playing for me, whether they know it or not.
The other thing, you're obviously in a Lakeside position
Right.
as well. Is that a backup, or do you like them? Look, let's be brutally honest. The money at Lakeside isn't great.
Right.
So,
Um,
is there a thought that do you turn down Lakeside even if you don't get to Ali Pali because of the money situation, or do you want
yeah,
to try and experience that?
Yeah, I've actually talked to my wife. I was talking to the guy I'm staying with, Chris McCarg, who's playing last tonight, about how I don't think we know the payouts yet. And if I looked at last year, I don't know if there's buys, but if I'm the 3 seed, maybe I get a buy into the second round. And I think it's 1,200 pounds, which is good, but to have guaranteed money, but it's still expensive to come over, the stay and all that kind of stuff, more time away from the family. I've been talking to people to see whether it's worth making that trip. Like obviously, I know that I could compete and potentially win if I play like I can. Um, but I also have to be realistic and factor in that up and down. I've won a lot of stuff this year. So if I hit a good groove at that time of year, who knows? But I think it's, first round at the PDC is equivalent to I think second or top four at Lakeside. So that's really all. I'm a high seed at the WDF because I travel every weekend. That's pretty much the only reason that plays out that way. So it's not that I've been chasing those points. It is a backup though, but I've already had to turn down South Korea because we had a CDC weekend. I have a lot of stuff coming up, and because my wife's not going with me, I had a free trip to Budapest, but I turned it down to do stuff more locally. So CDC, PDC, Modus, all that stuff is a higher priority for me. So WDF is. I've already told them that if I qualify for PDC, that I'm gonna take that spot. But I don't know. I'd say it's a coin toss. I'm leaning towards I don't even know. I'd flip the coin. Usually they say flip a coin and whatever you're hoping it lands on is probably what you actually want. If I flip that coin, I'd almost flip it again because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but I have thought about it. Yes.
Also, just before I let you go, the darts in North America is getting stronger and stronger. We've sat here in person when you're in the UK and here on Zoom many times that every year
Right.
it gets better and better. And this year has been no different. The standard raises yet again. We know the plans that the CDC guys have got again to put more darts on, increase prize money, and so on. Is there been a better time to be a dart player in North America right now?
Absolutely not. Even away, obviously the CDC's here, uh, every other month through the year, but there's a lot of other weekends that are, other organizations trying to also bring up stuff, and there's just so much going on. I have some stuff hopefully in the next year that's going to play out to help, help seed players here into the CDC because this is the best opportunity that we have to get over there and play, and we need that development in other areas as well. The youth scene's not really here, and unfortunately, I feel bad saying it, but like I would not invite my neighbors and their family and their kids to come play darts at the bar with me. So creating that infrastructure, it's the best it's ever been now, and but we got to make sure that we're taking advantage of that momentum and push it even further.
To change your